All right, cousin, you dealing with Navy Federal? Oh man, you went for a treat. And the reason being is because they got a bunch of products that's gonna help you build your credit, right? Now, personally, I know from my own experience, and one of the products that I used was the Navy Federal Pledge Loan. Now, basically, what it is you got $10,000 in your savings account. They take it out your savings account. They wrap that joint up in a rubber band. They push it to the side. Then they go into one of their safes, right? And they pull out 10,000 and then they give it to you as a loan. It's a pledge loan, and basically you end up paying 2%. So if you borrow $10,000 for a year, it's gonna bring you 200 in interest, right? Which is cool because we are basically paying $200 to have a reporting loan of $10,000 on our credit profile, which is pretty good because to the date of this writing, if you building your credit up, you can't go get a $10,000 loan. You're not gonna get approved for a $10,000 loan. They just not gonna approve you because you ain't got the credit to back it up. It's kind of like when you going to get a job, right? When you were 16 years old, you wanted to work, but in order to get that job, you needed experience. And the reality of the situation is you didn't have the experience because you were young. You were just, it's the same thing with credit. When you're trying to build your credit, you are that young teenager looking for a job that has no experience and nobody wants to give you a shot. But guess who is going to give you a shot? Navy Federal. So, right? So that's the pledge loan. They also got other products that you want to take advantage of because even though they may not help build your credit per se, they do help build your internal relationship. Remember, I did that video about relationships. You know, you got to wine and dine. So here you are, wine and dine in Navy Federal. They got something called OOPS, Optional Overdraft Protection Service. Yeah, that's what it is. It's here to protect you. And basically what it is something you can put on your checking account where it allows you to basically overdraft up to $500. And basically every transaction that you have that puts you in a negative, every day, like, so if you got a transaction for $10 one day and you got a transaction for $10 the next day and you didn't have no money, so your account theoretically should be negative $20. They're gonna tack on another $20 every day that a new negative transaction is posted. So let's say if you had both of those transactions, those $10 negative $10 transactions on the same day, it's only gonna accrue one $20 fee. So that's pretty cool because realistically off the rip, you can have no money in your checking, go to the ATM, draw out $500, right? And then you only got to pay back $520. You got to pay them back their $500 plus the $20 fee. So you're able to borrow $500, you know what I'm saying, for $20. So that's a good product to have. It's not really a quote unquote credit product, but let's just say you got a bill and your employer missed out on your check and you need $500 to pay your Navy Federal credit card. This is a good product to use because it's only going to cost you $20 to take that $500, go pay your card. Woo, 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 woo. It's a good product. Now, in terms of credit building, they got another product called a CLOC. CLOC is a checking line of credit. And basically what this is a separate account. It serves the purposes to replenish your checking account if it goes negative. Now, the difference between a CLOC and the OOPS is the OOPS got a $500 max plus the OOPS. You can personally pull the money out. With a checking line of credit, you can't pull no money out. It's just there as a safety net for if your account goes in a negative 1,000 or 2,000. And it really just depends on whatever they determine to be your limit, right? And, you know, so if you're an individual like me, you never go in a negative on your account, the CLOC isn't really for you, but the CLOC is a credit product. It does report. It's a revolving line of credit. So it is going to report every month that you don't owe nothing. Every month that you don't use it, it is going to report that you got a zero balance, which is pretty good. So, those are a few products that you could use from Navy Federal. And like I said, with the pledge loan, I would definitely do the pledge loan. The OOPS, I would definitely do the OOPS. And in terms of the CLOC, if you're trying to build your credit out, I would think about it. It's not something I would do right off the rip. And the reason being is because it's a hard inquiry. So if you're not the type of person that goes in a negative $300, $400, $900, you know, here and there. And it could just be the way your checks fall, right? Don't mean that you ain't responsible. It's just, you know, you live in check to check. And then once that check slip up, Yeah, you gonna need something to back you up. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't got to call me for 900. You know what I'm saying? So that's what the CLOC is good for. Plus, it reports to your credit. But it's a hard inquiry, right? So in order to obtain this product, they're gonna run your credit, which is gonna tank it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna bring you down some points. So that's why I'm like, case to case, it just depends, right? Depending on your situation would determine if I think that you should do this. But what I do think you should do is get you a pledge loan. If you're a Navy Federal member, you should put all the money that you can in your savings account. That means go clear out all your other accounts, right? If they say you only need $25 in those accounts, go clear them out. Leave 25, leave 25, leave 25. Take all your money. Actually, call me, right? Call me to borrow some money to put in your savings account so you can fluff up your pledge loan, right? And then this is what we're going to do. We're going to go watch the video I did on Navy Federal pledge loan so you can see the strategy that I'm going to use to pay it off. And you're going to be good. So that's what I would do if I'm a Navy Federal member and I'm striving to build my credit. And yeah, that's where I'm starting off at. I'm starting off with those products. Now, also, I mentioned this before about certificate deposit loans, CD loans. So this is you going to get a certificate deposit, right? Which watch the video on what a certificate deposit is and why you should get one, right? So a certificate deposit of $1,000 will allow you to get loaned $1,000. Now it's going to be a fixed rate. You're going to have to pay every month a certain amount into the date of that deposit maturity. So if you got it for 1 year, let's say today you go into Navy Federal and you get you a certificate deposit for $1,000. Then you get on the phone, you come home, you get on the phone, you're like, hey, I want to secure a loan against my certificate deposit. They're going to give it to you, but it's only going to be into the date that that certificate matures. So if you got a 12-month, your loan is only going to be for 12 months. So they're going to take that $1,000 plus the 2%, right? 2% of 1,000 is $20. So they're going to take $20. So you're going, by the end of the year, you're going to pay $1,020 back. So they're going to take $1,020. They're going to divide it by 12 months. And this is the amount that you got to pay every month back. Now, every time you pay that amount back, it releases it back into your CD, and you will theoretically begin gaining interest on the amount that is actually back, the amount that you don't owe. So it's a pretty cool tool to take advantage of. The way that I would use it is I would go get a $10,000 CD, right? And then turn around and go get a $10,000 CD secure loan. And then I'm going to turn right around and I'm going to pay $9,500 of it off, right? The reason being is because I still want my interest on that $10,000, but I know that I need to leave something open. So that I can still get my interest. So I need that 4%. I don't want to be paying 2% when I could get 4% for my money, but I will pay 2% to build my credit. And that's the whole purpose of this. So look into those three things. Those automatically are the three things that I'm going to suggest that you do right off the rip. So I'm going to suggest you go get that oops protection. Bing, get the oops protection. I'm going to suggest that you take all your money, put it in your savings, right? Just to get the pledge loan. Once you get the pledge loan, it don't even take that long. I think it took me a day, 2 days. It might have took me a couple days. I don't know. I think I did it on Friday, and then the money was in my account like Monday or Tuesday. I don't know. But the reality of the situation is get that, right? Now you put your money back into your accounts if you need to, right? Because if you use your other accounts more, you got, reoccurring payments coming out of those for your other bills. Do that. Put the money back, right? But whatever money you got that you know you're not going to touch for a year, go get you a certificate deposit. Bing, pay 90% of that joint back. Yeah, within the first 2 months, pay 90% back, and then you chill. You just watch your credit bill, So that's pretty much that. If I need to update this video, I will update it.